field for this evening's Peach Belt Conference women's soccer matchup featuring the visiting Cougars from Columbus State University taking on your Georgia Southwestern State University Lady Hurricanes. At this time, let's introduce you to the starting 11 for both schools. First, let's meet the visiting Cougars from Columbus State. Number 1, Bria Riancho. Number 3, Carly Canzaneri. Number 4, Tegan Anglum. Number 5, Annie Mayo. Number 6, Flo Spano. Number 7, Michelle Lamorte. Number 10, Parker Morgan. Number 11, Madeline Goodfellow. Number 17, Maddie DeFranco. Number 20, Kimmy May. And number 22, Riley Clark. Head coach of the visiting Cougars in his 15th season is Jay Entlick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for your GSW Lady Hurricane. 5'6" senior from Decatur, Georgia, number 8, Allison Rugal. 5'7" sophomore from Alpharetta, Georgia, number 1, Hannah Moreau. 5'1" sophomore from Suwanee, Georgia, number 5, Alicia Barr. 5'3" junior from Marietta, Georgia, number 11, Layla Ahmed. 5'9" senior from Susanville, California, number 12, Brenna Mendoza. 5'4" freshman from McDonough, Georgia, number 13, Emma Carter. 5'4" freshman from Bogota, Colombia, number 14, Geraldine Alvarez. 5'4" junior from San Vicente, Costa Rica, number 16, Laura Duran Blanco. 5'11" sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida, number 17, Ashlyn Baker. 5'9" freshman from Dacula, Georgia, number 20, Peyton Johnson. And a 5'4" sophomore from Adairsville, Georgia, number 22, Emily Collum. Head coach of the Lady Canes in his 3rd season is Enrique Rodriguez. Your assistant coach is Katie Roberts.
And ladies and gentlemen, a good evening. You are looking live at Hurricane Field. Peach Belt Conference women's soccer matchup tonight featuring the visiting Cougars from Columbus State University, taking on the Georgia Southwestern State University Lady Hurricanes. Columbus State, clad in their all-red kits here this evening, moving from left to right offensively. Or I should say attacking, attacking left to right here tonight. Georgia Southwestern, of course, then in those white Adidas tops, collegiate gold sleeves, collegiate navy shorts. And Lady Hurricanes' final home match of the 2019 season. We're glad you could join us. Give us a few moments of your time, and we hope you enjoy the action tonight. Part of a doubleheader we're bringing you here on the Surge Sports Network. We've got the men's senior night coming up at 7 o'clock here on this same YouTube channel. The men also playing their final home contest, originally scheduled as planned at 7 o'clock. This is a do-over from last Wednesday when it rained. It rained hard and throw in a little lightning, and that was the end of that one. And both sides agree to come back on a cool, sunny, and dry Wednesday afternoon. Here is part of the rescheduling of that one. So we're underway. They cleaned the slate. Columbus State did score a goal early, right around the 6th minute the other night, but it's a clean slate, fresh start, reset everything, and go from there. So we'll see where we're at. Columbus State comes in with a record of 11-6 overall. The Cougars are 6-4 in the Peach Belt Conference. Georgia Southwestern 3-11-2. The Lady Hurricanes 0-8-1 in PBC play. That one in the PBC standings came this in their last match on Saturday at USC Aiken. Kind of a big deal if you're a Hurricane fan and you've been following the GSW women's soccer program, on the rise, improving year to year under head coach Enrique Rodriguez. And this the Lady Hurricanes' first tie in a Peach Belt Conference match since 2013. So it doesn't sound like a whole lot, especially if you're Columbus State and you're used to getting to national championship games, but for GSW, that was kind of a big deal. So we'll see if the Lady Hurricanes can roll a little bit of that momentum here as they take on Columbus State tonight. Columbus State on the attack. Here's the cross. Cleared away, but then deflected out. A goal kick coming up for Marone and the Hurricanes. Let's take a look at how these two teams compare coming into play tonight. A quick look at the statistics. We mentioned the records. Obviously, the goals, a lopsided advantage for Columbus State. As you take a look there, GSW making 78 saves, only Columbus State having to stop 69 this season. Save percentage kind of close. Columbus State, though, with a .79, GSW at .70 goalie save percentage. And we'll take a look at those two keepers a little bit deeper into the match and give you a look at our keeper comparison coming up in just a little bit. Very close, just a little bit. You can even zoom back a little bit more. A little bit more. About as much as you did last time. There you go. Good, right there. Now, of course, on a goal or something, you can zoom in and get in closer. Or if you want to zoom in on a corner kick, but generally leave it about where it's at. Throw in coming on the far side of the field for the Cougars. And they'll work their way inside the 18 momentarily. Now another throw in coming a yard or two closer to the flag stick down there by our YouTube banner. This could be trouble, but it does cross the line. Goal line and a goal kick coming up for the Lady Hurricanes. Just in case you missed some of that fun, we'll just pull up those stats for just a moment as Marone gets everything set up there. As you take a look again as the team comparison, a little look at some of the stats in the various categories before tonight's action. Don't forget, fans, stay connected with the Hurricanes. You can catch all of our broadcasts here on the Surge Sports Network. The GSW Athletics on YouTube. GSW Athletics is the account on YouTube. It's the home and hub of the Surge Sports Network. We broadcast all of our home soccer events. Now we'll be moving in starting on Monday, taking it into the arena for basketball season, men's and women's basketball. Then we've got baseball and softball broadcasts in the spring, as well as some GSW tennis. And we're actually very excited to work out some of the logistics yet, but we're excited to bring the Hurricane Invitational GSW Golf Tournament that'll be coming up in the spring. This ball's going to be trouble. Is it going to go over the crossbar? It will. Thankfully, as Maroon's on the attack, and they pop it up over the top of her and the top of the goal and the crossbar, and a goal kick for the Lady Hurricanes. But we got the Hurricane Invitational coming up, and we'll be broadcasting. We'll have camera coverage on 2 of the holes as golfers come in. Some stats and information. It should be a lot of fun and probably a pretty good broadcast compared to what other options or offerings are made at this level. We'll be very excited to bring you that from Doublegate Country Club this spring, I believe in February. But the easiest way to get in on all that action is just to subscribe. We also upload pre-recorded videos and segments onto our YouTube channel. So just click that little GSW logo in the bottom right corner of your screen. Subscribe today. Join the approaching 950 subscribers. We thank each and every one of you. You also can, depending on the device, there's a big red subscribe button. If you like to have some live stats, you're a stats and numbers person, you want to follow along, track your favorite player or team, live stats link is in the description of today's video. Just click on the title. It should expand and bring up your live stats link so you can open up that window in another browser. Not a whole lot to report here in the first 9-10 minutes of this one, but Columbus State has worked it inside a couple of times, but has not led to any good looks. The Lady Hurricanes defense has been stout so far in the early going. Columbus State will turn. Good defense. Knocks it away momentarily. Now we've got it. This could be trouble. Going to put the pressure on Marone to follow. Ooh. One-timer off the inside of the foot. Tough shot. Good idea, but the shot deflects in the wrong direction. Lady Hurricanes dodge a bullet there. So let's take a little deeper dive into a look at the Cougars from Columbus State coming into today's matchup. Last time out on Saturday, they won at home against Francis Marion in convincing fashion, a 5-0 victory for Columbus State. And they come in red hot. As you can see, Columbus State Cougars have won their last 7 matches, over which stretch they have 5 shutouts and have allowed a total of 2 goals during that streak. So they come in playing terrific, perhaps I'm sure just as any team would like, peaking late in the season as they move into a postseason run. Keep an eye on Riley Clark. She is currently second in the Peach Belt with 15 goals this season. Again, Riley Clark is number 22. Short trip for the Cougars. Probably just around an hour and 15, hour and a half maybe from Americus, so not a bad drive at all. You got to make a road trip. Those are the best kind to make, right? Just down the street. Quick touches. That was a good block by Bashlyn Baker because Riley was making her way towards the goal with nobody between her and Marone. So that was a big deflection moments ago by Baker. So I mentioned Riley Clark, 15 goals, 5 assists. We'll get a little info on her a little bit later here in the first half. But she's not alone when it comes to goal scoring. Number 20, Kimi May, has had her fair share as well this season. Number 20, Kimi May, 7 goals, 3 assists. And Kimmy Edgeworth, number 14, has 7 goals and 2 assists. So those are the top 3 scorers when you combine her with Riley Clark. Number 22, number 20, and number 14 for the Cougars. Now, Edgeworth is not in the starting lineup, which may be common. She has played in all but one match this season, and May is in the starting lineup, as is Riley Clark. Speaking of starting lineup, for those of you that did not catch the introductions in the opening ceremony, we'll run down the starting 11 for both schools. Last number and last name. We'll kind of rapid fire it here. This one's through. Got to get it out of there. I think that was Barr that did it. Peyton Johnson will turn momentarily. Ball gets taken away, and Columbus State's back on the attack. Starting 11 for the Cougars for head coach Jay Entlick in his 15th season at the helm for CSU. Number 1, the goalkeeper, Riancho. Number 3, Canzaneri. Number 4, Anglem. Number 5, Mayo. Number 6, Spano. Number 7, Lamorte. Number 10, Morgan. Number 11, Goodfellow. Number 17, DeFranco. Number 20, May. And number 22, Clark. That's a look at your starting 11 for the visiting Cougars. Starting 11 for head coach Enrique Rodriguez in his 3rd season at the helm for the Lady Hurricanes. It looks like they'll stop the clock. 30:47. Number 14, there she is. We mentioned her a moment ago. Substitution for Columbus State. Checking into the match is number 14, Kimmy Edgeworth. Starting 11 for the Lady Hurricanes. Goalkeeper number 1, Marone. Number 5, Barr. Marone bats it out of there for time being. Back to the middle. Number 8, Rugel. Number 11, Ahmed. Number 12, Mendonça. Number 13, Carter. Number 14, Alvarez. Number 16, Duran Blanco. Number 17, Baker. Number 20, Johnson. And number 22, Collum. That was Emily Collum that just had the ball there, and the offensive end for the Lady Hurricanes. On the attack, here come the Cougars, trying to get something going. Looks like they will be set up for a corner kick. Going down to take it is number 4. That'll be Anglem. Ball quickly put in play. Here comes Columbus State back. Nice piece of dribbling around one. The next person on the line is there to block it away for the Lady Canes. Squirting it through. That one will miss. Another crack at it from the corner for Columbus State. I will say the Lady Hurricanes have seen a marked improvement defensively this season. And it's going to have a long day ahead of them to try to... Down it goes. The kick, the follow-up, bouncing around, flicks it with the back of her foot, knocked out again. Kind of almost a mule kick effort. But there were too many bodies in there, otherwise great idea. I think Morona slid over to make the first deflection. Can only cover so much ground, but through all those bodies, it gets knocked out, and the Lady Hurricanes escape. Well, it's going to be tough to keep this kind of pace up for 90 minutes, but they've done a great job in the opening here. Hey, better than in the rainstorm so far, defensively anyway. And another corner kick. You take a look at the Lady Hurricanes results from this season, and there's really been one extremely lopsided affair, and that was against nationally ranked Flagler College. And it basically fell apart in the second half. Kick is up. Off the post. Another corner kick. Nope, goal kick. Nobody touched it, goal kick. But it was 2-1 at the half against Flagler, and then it just fell apart in the second 45. But aside from that, 3-0 about as bad as it'll get for the Lady Hurricanes this season. They had a kind of a stinker way at the beginning of the year when they traveled to Middle Georgia State University. All right, throw in coming for Columbus State on the far side. Checking in for Columbus State, number 32, Brenna Harrison. Is she doing the at all? Okay. Oof. Ahmed tries to curl it back for Column, but can't quite get enough torque on it. Baker off to the side to Barr. Barr couldn't quite find Ahmed. Ahmed, and here we go. Good move to get around Baker. She's going to take a look, find out where to go. Baker recovers nicely and kicks it back out towards the midfield stripe. Columbus State will come on the near side this time. Good job by Mendonça as that one came a little far off her foot. Still with the ball, the Cougars, but Mendonça pokes it away momentarily. Foul will be on Johnson, and they'll roll it down and put it down for a free kick coming up. Yeah. Good job by Marone to come up and prevent the charging Cougar from tapping it in, and keeps this thing still even here. Sunlight starting to dip behind us now, so we had to adjust our camera as we start to move into the nighttime hours, I guess. Still trying to get used to that daylight savings. That one will get away from the Cougars, and a throw in coming up for GSW. And they'll get the delayed call, but the foul will be called.
The stadium lights, you know where that's at?
Oh, yeah, is it down there?
Yeah. Would you? Or if you're at a point where you can turn them on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cougars getting ready to make a substitution as we'll make the cue for the lights to come on here. Brighten up our broadcast a little bit for you. Columbus State substitution at the next opportunity will be number 21. Bree Harvey. Johnson on the attack, can't get there in time. This is a good lead pass. Now they'll bring it in. There's Riley. That's trouble. The kick's going to go wide, though, wide to the left. And that'll give us a chance to give you a little more information on the Lady Hurricanes. First, we'll announce the substitutions. Couple of substitutions for Columbus State, number 34, Rachel Swigard, and number 21, Bree Harvey. So the Lady Hurricanes, I mentioned pretty important match for the program this last Saturday at USC Aiken, where they got the draw. No score after 2 overtime sessions. First time they got I guess you could say a result in Peach Belt Play since 2013. They got a draw that day as well against Flagler. Allison Rugel ranks 4th in the Peach Belt Conference with 5 assists this season, the senior from Decatur. And Hannah Marone, your Georgia Southwestern goalkeeper, 2nd in the Peach Belt with her 78 saves coming into play today. That's a look at the Lady Hurricanes coming into action. Little give and go. No, a little off the mark, and a good job by Alvarez to step in front of it. That'll force the Cougars to reset. Johnson hustling. She's on the attack. Going to force the Cougars to pass it back to the keeper. Now they'll get it off to the side, and Alvarez will get a throw in for the Lady Hurricanes off the misplayed ball. Morgan on the near side for the Cougars. It'll be Mendonça to take the throw in. And the Cougars are back on the run. This time they're going to cover some ground with their legs on the dribbling. And eventually, Baker can step up and knock it away. But unlike the kind of the short, quick, crisp passes, the Cougars had to attack on the ground in that exchange. And they have it back in their attacking zone, but still looking to break through. Marone will step up and scoop it up. 16.5 to go before the break. This one will find its way over the midfield stripe. Johnson battling with Canzaneri, and it'll be Johnson who will get whistle for the foul. Quick throw in this time. Try to find it. Good, it's the intended target. Headed up in the air. Bouncing around. This is where it's trouble. Marone, can she get there? It's going to trickle and knocked out of the way by Baker. Woo-wee. Baker actually with a team save on that one as she kept it out of the post. It may have hit the post eventually. It's hard to tell from up here, but it was too close for comfort. And a good defensive exchange for the Lady Hurricanes. All right, lights are on and we're ready for nighttime soccer action. Corner kick coming up for the Cougars. Kimmy May will put it down. May, a junior from right there in Columbus. Local talent. Signs with her hometown team, Kimmy May. Several Georgia players on this Columbus State roster. Coach Entlick has managed to do a good job by finding the best talent in the state to come and play for his program. And they've been to the national championship game here recently. Hometown players from right there in Columbus include Lizzie Hendrick, Madeline Goodfellow, number 11, number 12, Abby Marmito, We mentioned Kimmy May. And then a list of others, many from up near the Atlanta area on the roster as well. Several Suwanee, Georgia hometowns listed. Chance to get through, going to be offsides, however. Got a little life in the GSW bench, though, the Lady Hurricanes, and Coach Rodriguez to our left here from the broadcast tower. Another corner coming up for Columbus State at this time. We get this kick away up towards the middle. Bouncing around. Flag is up. Offsides. Seven shots so far for the Cougars. One has been on goal. They do have 5 corner kicks so far in the match. Lady Hurricanes have actually been whistled for one more offsides infraction so far. 3-2, the count in that category. Here comes Columbus State on the attack, just inside the 18. The cross nicely blocked by Baker, trailing on the play. Corner kick coming up. Give you a quick peek at our keeper comparison coming into play tonight. Bria Riancho for Columbus State. Not quite as many minutes as Marone. She has not gotten a break. Every minute the Lady Canes have played, Marone has been in between the pipes. We'll come back and let you take another peek at that comparison in a moment. This one headed up. Going to be a second touch. Where's it going? Marone's there. Can they kick it away? Another chance for the Lady Hurricanes to get it out of... Woo! As it was bouncing around. Good work. Header bouncing around. Get it out of there. Set it up, and it'll be another corner kick. Hand is up. Kick is away. This is a good one. The corner kick is up. Wow, that one curled in, I believe. What a score. What a bend it. Hooked it right in for a beautiful shot. Number 20 going to get credit for the goal. Kimmy May. Not much you can do on that one. Columbus State goal scored by number 20, Kimmy May. Let's see if we can brighten that up.
Keep working, White.
Carly, you had that.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother. Come on, buddy. Come on. Get on,
Who did he say it was? Actually, that one was headed in by number 3, Carly Canzaneri. So Canzaneri will get credit for the goal off a wonderful corner kick. And they'll set it up. This will be a long throw in. We'll get inside the 18. Oh, boy.
Indirect. Peito, get on the wall. Go ahead. It's an indirect kick. Emily on the wall. Emily on the wall. Alisa.
So despite being inside the box, inside the 18, it is not. It's an indirect kick, so this will not be a PK, as you can kind of figure out the way everything's been set up.
Indirecto. Alisa. Watch it short,
Indirect kick, so she cannot score off of this ball.
Watch it short. Alisa, get closer if
So she'll need a teammate to tap it in. Here comes the kick.
Get out.
There's the shot. Marone there to scoop it up.
Outside. Come on. Come on, Alisa. Come on, Alisa. Come on. Watch your swing, Emily. Work together. Alisa, step off. Need it. Alisa, come on. Win it. Stop shadowing, Leila. Come on. Watch your swing, Emily. Again, Alisa. Watch your swing, Emily. Come on. Yep. Together. Peito, get in. Alisa, get closer. Right there, Alisa. Vamos.
Here comes May on the far side. She'll try to dribble around one. Baker there. Off of Baker, another corner kick coming up. So we kind of, there will be a substitute as well, but as the player checks in, we'll give you a look there. And again, at our keeper comparison, Hannah Marone has been called on to do a lot of work. Mentioned she's number 2 in the Peach Belt in saves. And that was number 18 that checked in for. Checking in for Columbus State is number 18, Georgia Bostic. Kick away, headed up in the air. Quickly, Bostic will be asked to do a little something with it.
Everybody get tight. Laura, tight. Lista libre.
Nice ball back, and there's Baker again.
Laura, we have to jump.
Corner kick coming up. Ashlyn Baker calling out her name a lot in this match. The sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. Working hard on the defensive end for GSW, trying to keep these Cougars at bay. Relentless attack from the ladies in red. Here's another kick. This one bouncing around. It'll be up in the air. Back out top. Get it away from there to the foot of a Cougar. Now they'll take it here down towards the corner. She'll be able to stop it in time. Yep. Bring it back. Nope. Roll over the goal line, and a kick coming up for the Lady Hurricanes. 9 corner kicks so far in the match for Columbus State.
Watch the swing, Emily.
Oh, this one's through. Here's one hopper to Marone, who cradles it in. That was Riley Clark trying to get on the board in this one.
Allison, second ball, G. Leila, second ball. Ladies, you need to step. Stop watching.
Oh, behind the intended target.
Options, Leila, options.
Lady Hurricanes. Unable to do much with that as the ball had gotten away from the Cougars for a moment, but now they'll get a
Peyton, drop a little bit.
throw in.
Drop a little bit, Peyton.
Far side, deep end of the
Get that number 7, Peyton.
field for the Cougars, trying to find the right
Not that fast, okay?
target. Ahmed there on defense for the Lady Hurricanes. Back up towards the midfield stripe.
That ball, Emily. Go ahead. Alisa, out.
And the Cougars will reset.
Get organized, wide. Beat it, Emily. Bien, Allison, don't hesitate. Get there, Brenna. Bien. Bien, bien. Oye, duro. Ahí está, ahí está. Tranquilo. Tranquilo. Emily, behind. Emily, behind G. Easy, easy, Brenna. Alisa, second ball. Alisa. Hey. Peyton. Stay on it. Turn, G.
Right under our nose at the broadcast tower.
Control. Go ahead, G. Keep playing, ahorita. Keep going, Alisa. Alright, play. Mete más, Juana. Ana, Ana. Ana. Second ball. Get out of there, G. Get out of there, Leila. Go. Easy, Peyton. Beat it. Now, bottom. Play.
Well, coming up on the final minute of the first half of action, Lady Hurricanes have been able to minimize the damage. Hopefully going in here, they can hold on for another 62 seconds. 1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
Ana. 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 Options, Allison. Options, G. Options, Emma. Leila, right away for Emma.
And we'll leave it off short for Ahmed, who will kick it back up towards midfield. 30 seconds to go. Cougars looking to make another run. They'll stop the clock with 20 seconds. And a yellow card has been issued. I believe that'll be on Allison Rugel. Final home match of the 2019 season for GSW. They're on the road this weekend to wrap up the 2019 campaign.
Emily, watch if they play short on her. Watch if they start. Easy, corre.
And clock starts. Kick is up. header towards the far post. A little off the mark, and that'll help us out. Counting 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That'll do it for the first half of action. Columbus State holds a 1-0 lead at this one as we head to the break. We will set the field up for the ever-popular Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge here. Final time we get to do for this at the ladies' match in 2019. So let's hope we saved our best chips for last. Anyone that's interested in participating can do so. We will set you up. You'll see Miss Christina heading down with the clubs. Down in front of the bleachers. Basically, it's the closest to the pin wins. Two Dukes Barbecue College Combo Sandwich, Chips, and a Drink, and a GSW Athletic Department t-shirt. We'll be back in a moment as the start of our chipping contest here at halftime. So we'll send it off to our halftime break. Because we'll be playing some music, we'll have to mute it. But before we do, we want to share a few words from couple of our corporate partners. We could not do it without their help and support, and we want to give a big thanks to the businesses that you will be introduced to here momentarily, including Zaxby's, Phoebe Sumter, our medical partner, Synovus Bank, and Citizens Bank of Americus. Just a few of our corporate partners that we'll be highlighting here throughout the 2019 school year. Thank you for their support. And another word also from the NCAA Division II. And then we'll bring it back. You'll see the camera up, but there won't be any audio as we'll have everything muted. Mark your clocks or calendars. Set your stopwatch 13 minutes and 35 seconds until the horn sounds, and we'll start the second half here from Hurricane Field. Peach Belt Conference action, Columbus State 1, GSW 0. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University women's soccer on the Surge Sports Network.
At Zaxby's, there's nothing better than hand-breaded chicken, unless it's hand-breaded chicken with sauce. From sweet to savory, mild to wild, even that world-famous Zax sauce. Whatever you're craving, we've got the sauce at Zaxby's.
Here is where we're from. Here made us who we are. Here is where we learn relationships are worth more than dollars can measure. It's a value that grows over time, strengthens under pressure, and thrives when serving others. We're Synovus, and we're here for our community because we live here too. Synovus, the bank of here.
At Zaxby's, chicken and delicious go hand in hand, as in hand-breaded, hand-seasoned, and handmade to order. There's only one place you can get chicken like that, Zaxby's.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves. Our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for. Because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
And we're back for the second half of action. Sun's managed to peek its way back out again here. One last peek before it sets behind us, so I notice it's a little bright on the screen. We'll see if we can adjust that as it just happened. When they're in the shade, everything looks lovely, but as soon as they get in the brightness. Ball right under us here at the broadcast tower. Quick peek here coming up on our halftime statistics as Columbus State attacks offensively from right to left here in the second half. Cougars, all 14 shots have come off the boots of the ladies in red. 5 shots on goal. Marone with 4 saves in the first half. Columbus State took 10 corner kicks. GSW did not get a corner kick in the first half. Offsides are even at 3 apiece. Fouls favor the Hurricanes. Lady Canes whistled for 5 infractions, 5-1. The 1 yellow card issued also to a Georgia Southwestern player. So there's a look at the halftime stats. Columbus State scoring the only goal of the match in the 36th minute. Kenzaneri, the assist from Kimmy May. Actually, let's go this one. As Marone goes to track that ball down, here's a look at the top performers coming into play tonight. I mentioned Riley. Both of these ladies I've said their names a couple times already. There's a look between Clark and Johnson, the comparison, leading scorers in the points category for both teams. As it turns out, goals would also be the case, but Clark has 5 assists, Johnson with 2. She's taken the freshman from GSW 13 less shots on goal, but Clark, one of the best in the Peach Belt, 15 goals this season for the Cougars' Riley Clark. That'll look at your top performers coming into play this evening. Let me just tighter. Go just a little bit. Okay.
look it. Come on. Hey, Lalita, move, 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 move. Get Peyton outside of it, right away. Right away. The three, no, she was on the first time. Play first time. She was on the first time, Peyton. Come on. Just tell her right away. That's why I screaming. That's why I screaming. It's totally perfect. Don't die. Don't die. Watch the swing. Watch the swing. Watch the middle. Watch the swing. Run hard. That's bullshit. She take the first ball. Some conviction, Emily. Some conviction, Emily. Go to goal next time. Go to goal, girl. Believe it. Get organized. Get organized. Keep going, Elisa. Yeah. Now read it. Watch the swing, Emily. Yeah. Watch the swing. Yes, Emily. Follow, follow, follow. Follow, go. Yeah, keep it in front now.
Dribble back to the middle. Long kick. It's going to go over the crossbar. And a goal kick coming up for the Lady Hurricanes. Johnson's 4 goals, is the team leader for Georgia Southwestern. And again, 10 points as well to lead the Lady Hurricanes. Senior Allison Rugel has 2 goals and the 5 assists to come in at 9 points, right behind Johnson. Eduarda Gisti has 3 goals this fall. And Geraldine Alvarez, a goal and 3 assists for 5 points. Laura Duran Blanco has a couple of goals as well. GSW has had 9 players score a goal, at least 1 goal this season. Columbus State has gotten goals from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 players. And I mentioned some of the team leaders back in the first half. Kick down to race down to the corner. Columbus State able to keep it in. Mendonça plays it off the Cougar and gets a throw in for the Lady Hurricanes. The GSW one final match in the 2019 season. It'll be a trip to Greenwood, South Carolina this weekend to take on Lander. 7 o'clock the start time from Van Taylor Stadium. Good move. Here comes, yep. Oh, going to have a look and a goal. That'll go 22-32. The Cougars are on the board as they break through. Clark leaves it off for Harrison for the score. Columbus State goal scored by number 32, Brenna Harrison. Assist to number 22, Riley Clark. So for Brenna Harrison, that will be goal number 6 of the fall for number 32. Her 6th goal of the season. Riley Clark is now the team leader in assists as well. She was tied with Flo Spano. Now she's all alone. That's her 6th assist of the fall. Brenna Harrison, a freshman from Jonesboro, Georgia, Jonesboro High. And again, the assist coming from Riley Clark, the senior from Peachtree City, Georgia, Stars Mill High School. 2-0 in favor of the visiting Cougars. 10 minutes gone by here in the second half at Hurricane Field. Corner kick coming up. Peach Belt Conference standings as we wind down the 2019 regular season. 12 teams in the conference this year with the addition of Albany State, 8 of which will make the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Hands up, kicks away. Middle of the box, headed away or flicked backwards towards the near sideline. Off of Baker, and a corner kick coming up. Top 8 are in, so if things ended right here, right now, before this one expires, the odd teams out would be Lander, USC Aiken, Albany State, and GSW. Hands up, kick. This one will go a little deeper into the 18. Headed up again and over the top for a goal kick. Flagler leads the conference. They have not lost at all this season. 15-0-1 overall, 9-0-1 in PBC play. The 2 seed, North Georgia, 9-1-1. The Nighthawks, 14-2-1 overall. 3 seed would be UNC Pembroke with their 7-3 record. Columbus State sitting at 6-4. Young Harris, 5-5 in Peach Belt play. Clayton State, 4-5-1. Georgia College, 4-5-1. Francis Marion, again, would be the 8th seed at the moment with a 4-6 record in the Peach Belt. They've warmed up a little bit here in the latter part of the season. And an improvement over how things went last year for the Patriots. Lander, 3-5-2. USC Aiken, 3-6-1. Albany State, 2-8. And GSW at 0-8-1. Lander, 3-5-2, might have a lot riding on this win. A win this weekend over GSW will push them into that 8th spot. So a lot on the line for the Bearcats, unless something happens and Francis Marion would come out on top. Nope, actually, yeah, they got one more to go. So a lot on the line. Francis Marion needs a win. Lander needs a win, and they got the Lady Canes coming to town. See how that one goes. In the PBC tonight, as we look around, USC Aiken is at Georgia College. 7 o'clock the start time, and UNC Pembroke took on Young Harris. Nice header off to the side, charging, looking for goal number 2. She's going to have to bring it back to the middle, however. Defense is there, collapses in and helps out. Barr bounces back up, and a clock has been stopped. Player is down for Columbus State. Slow to get up anyway. 31.5 to go in this one. Checking back into the match for Columbus State is number 17, Maddie DeFranco. So DeFranco, one of the starting 11, is back in the match for the Cougars. And they'll get the whistle on Columbus State. So we mentioned that Marone is the team leader in minutes because she's played every minute of every match so far this season. So the bar has been set pretty high at 14.93 header. And a goal kick coming up for CSU. 1,493 minutes for Hannah Marone, but there's several ladies on the GSW roster, many of them on the defensive back line that have been asked to log a lot of minutes on their own. And we'll run down some of those ladies and some of the stats because they've put in a lot of work on the pitch this fall, including right behind, well, I shouldn't say right behind Marone, but pretty darn close. Number 16, Laura Duran Blanco, 1,433 minutes, so only 60 minutes of rest during playing time for Blanco. She's got a couple of shots. I mentioned 2 goals earlier this season. Not asked to take a lot of shots, but Blanco right there at number 2 on the team in minutes played. Next on the list behind her is Ashlyn Baker. I've talked to you about Ashlyn several times tonight. 1377, the minutes played for the sophomore Ashlyn Baker. Again, a couple of shots on goal, but she's the defensive anchor for the Lady Hurricanes, and she's logged a lot of minutes and has not come off the pitch a whole lot this season. GSW going to make its first substitution of the evening, and it's number 3 checking in. You can put number 3 up there. That'll be all right. Checking in for the Lady Hurricanes, number 3, Jenna Cuff. So Cuff is making her 10th appearance of the season. Cuff is a freshman from Dawson, Georgia, Terrell High School. So who else do we have there? We talked to you about Ashlyn. We've also got, another lady that's played back for the most part on the defensive end more than anything. Emma Carter, the freshman, 1,337 minutes for Emma Carter. Again, she's managed to work a few shots as well, and one of them being on goal this season, but she has started and played in every match so far this season. We'll take a look at one more, and that would be another freshman as well, Peyton Johnson, 1,173 minutes. Been in every match, started now 15 of them, and she again is the team leader. 28 shots on goal, 4 of them have found the back of the net. Look at some of your warriors, I guess you could say, that have been out there throughout the season. Marone will step up, scoop that one up on the one hop. Goals scored per game or per match this season for Columbus State, 2.94. So they'd be right. They're just under their average still, but with lots of time to go in this one. GSW has surrendered an average of 2.05 goals this season. There's, the cross is deflected. It gives Columbus State a chance. Handball there. Column for Jenna Cuff. Lots of space. Now you'll see a Cougar come into your shot. Oh, got past her though. Got a rush. Couple ladies there. Help from Baker. Back to the middle. That was Rugel that kicks it out to the far side. That through ball is too far out in front. Lady Canes there to kick it away. They'll send it off to the side for a throw in. Substitution coming up for Columbus State at the next opportunity. It'll be number 21 looking to check in. Bray Harvey. Goal kick for Marone. Checking back into the match for Columbus State, number 21, Bree Harvey. Midfielder from Lilburn, Georgia. Harvey, a graduate of Parkview High School. Kick away from Marone. Foul on the Lady Hurricanes. They'll put it down.
Next time, get in front of the ball, eh? Front of the ball. Everybody away, guys! Everybody away! Watch your short! Yes, yes, G. Yeah, where you at? Away! Tight!
Cleared away by the Lady Hurricanes. Cuff charging hard. They'll send it back to the keeper. And Riencho will bring it over here to the near side. She gets around Baker. Now she's going to march into the 18. Nothing on a cross attempt. Rugel's got a... Her charging quick. She'll leave it up. That one got out of bounds. And a throw in coming up. Columbus State. Kimmy Edgeworth will throw it in for Columbus State. Punches it back up. Bounces past two red jerseys and a white jersey. And into the arms of Marone. Ahmed is in the race for the ball, and Layla will get there first. Sends it back up the line, but it will roll out and a throw in. A couple of Lady Hurricanes waiting to check in. Throw in. They'll bring it back to the middle. Columbus State. Little footwork. Enough time. Held up long enough for Johnson to get there and disrupt things. I think that was Blanco. No, Alvarez that was in there mixing it up as well. McCollum has it. Now she'll leave it. It's through to Cuff. Can Cuff get there to get a flick? Nope. It was a race was on, and it was, looks like it was Canzaneri who was there first. Almost had one squirt through. Offsides will get whistled on. Ooh, it was close. But they'll get 17 for the offsides. DeFranco. 2 GSW players, 3 Columbus State players to come in at the next opportunity. Subs await.
No, step up. Buena. Slide in. Slide in. Slide in, Emma. Slide in with 22. Go ahead, second ball, Emily. Get down. Just protect it. He's out. Uy, ¿qué pasó, señor? No.
Foul on Carter.
Jenna, drop. Peyton, drop a little bit more. Hey, away. You know that he's short, eh? You know that he's short. Watch it through, Peyton. Jenna, watch it through.
Battle down in the corner. It'll stay with Columbus State. Now it's a mass substitution. Substitutions for both teams. Checking in for GSW's number 5, Elisa Barr, and number 9, Courtney Lister. 3 substitutions for Columbus State, including number 12, Abby Marmito. Looks like number 26, perhaps, Brooke. Yeah, looks like Brooke Ouimet, freshman from Sugar Hill, Georgia, also in there, as well as I said, Marmito, junior from Columbus, Georgia. Hurricane substitutions at 5, Elisa Barr, she was a starter. Number 9, Courtney Lister, is a sophomore from Tarpon Springs, Florida. Lister coming in for the Lady Hurricanes. That ball will roll out. Throw in coming up for the Lady Hurricanes as 17 minutes now remain in the second half. Kick coming up for the Lady Hurricanes. Coach Rodriguez very positive and encouraging the ladies. As they work to stay within striking distance here, but still 16 minutes to go in the home finale for the Lady Hurricanes. Kick to the middle. She's able to control it and get it past Marone. A third goal of the match has been scored. This one coming from Brooke Weemet. Just checked in, and she made her presence felt on a nice cross, by the way, that we'll get the assist for on that to you here once I get the refresh on the live stats. But a goal for Columbus State, their third of the match. First for Weemet. Columbus State goal scored by number 26, Brooke Weemet. So I mentioned there were 14 Cougars that had scored a goal this season. Well, Weemet will make it 15. She had one assist coming into play tonight, but now she's got her first goal of the season, and so, yep, her first collegiate score. Ball right under our broadcast tower. Emma Carter throws it in. Ladies go down. Foul will be on the Hurricanes. If Rugel whistled for that one. That'll be their 8th foul of the evening. Don't forget our men's senior night broadcast coming up shortly after this game. It's a 7 o'clock start. Senior day ceremony to take place just prior to kickoff. GSW and Flagler to do battle here. And it'll be their final home match of the season. Couple of Cougars waiting to check in at the next chance. It'll be number 32, number 16. So Brenna Harrison back in the match, as well as we got Maria Kilsett. Cross, back. Oop. Well, throughout the season and off-season, there's a lot of ways that you can stay in touch with Georgia Southwestern and GSW Athletics. Facebook users can find us at GSW Hurricanes. GSW Hurricanes. Our fan page, check out the address right there. All kinds of pictures and stories, behind-the-scenes action on our Facebook channel. Again, GSW Hurricanes. Checking into the match for Columbus State is number 32, Brenna Harrison, as well as number 16, Maria Kilsett. Kilsett from Norway, the sophomore. Facebook not the only means and not that you can connect with us, and not the only way to remember GSW Hurricanes ingrained in your head. Instagram as well, GSW Hurricanes on Instagram. So if you are a Instagram user and would prefer to follow us that way, or in addition to our Facebook page, again, Facebook and Instagram are the same in that we're GSW Hurricanes, all together, all one word. On YouTube and on Twitter, it's a little bit different. Our Twitter handle is GSW Athletics. You see it pop on your screen there, GSW Athletics. GSW Athletics, all together, all one word on Twitter, as well as this is our YouTube channel address as well, GSW, or account GSW Athletics. But again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, and now's a good time, you can choose to, if you so choose, receive notifications of when we've gone live so that you don't have to remember or get to your computer in time or set the alarm, tie a string to your finger. You can just go ahead and subscribe to the channel and choose to receive notifications of when we go live. And the home of the Surge Sports Network is right here on YouTube at GSW Athletics. Under 10 to go until this one wraps up. The Cougars, with a couple of second half goals, have managed to stretch it to a 3-0 advantage. Lady Hurricanes have asked a lot of their defense to hold up on a relentless attack from Columbus State. The ball's been in their attacking zone for most of the match, and GSW has just fought off and fought off and fought off, but a couple of times they just had that breakdown that would allow the Cougars to get through, and they capitalized. 3-0 the score. A couple of subs for both teams. GSW, it'll be Collum and Johnson had a breather, and they'll be coming back in here in just a moment. Substitution for both teams for Columbus State. It'll be number 34, Rachel Swigert. And back in the match for the Lady Hurricanes, number 22, Emily Collum, and number 20, Peyton Johnson. Ooh, good pass through, but they'll get her whistled for being a little too far in front. Offsides the call. Eight minutes remaining in this one. Well, for Columbus State, they'll improve to 12-6 overall, 7-4 in Peach Belt Conference play. This will be their third, well, unless the Lady Canes can break through here, the final 7.5. If the score remains, it'll be the third consecutive shutout for Columbus State and their fifth shutout in their last 6 matches. Riancho will get credit for a shutout, her third of the season, again, if it holds up. And she did not have to do a whole lot of work to get it. Lady Hurricanes have not had a shot on goal in the match. But, nonetheless, a clean sheet awaits Miss Riancho. Down to the corner, the Cougars go. Trying to bring it back in. Defended nicely by Emma Carter. And we'll have to bring it back towards midfield. Curl it back around, and Columbus State will reset. Pass through. Marone will come up and get that one. Low punt from Marone. Ladies head it back and forth. Johnson will turn. Bumps one Cougar, bumps another. She'll go down, and it'll just play back to the keeper, Columbus State, to swing it far side of the field this time as they march back towards the midfield stripe. Throw in coming up. Emma Carter will go get the ball. Foul this time will be whistled on Columbus State. And they'll roll the ball back up there a little bit. And it looks like Baker will take the kick for Georgia Southwestern under 4 minutes to play. Oh, back her a little bit. Lisa Barr there to intercept that pass. Trying to turn, can't do it. But the Lady Hurricanes will get a throw in out of it. A triangle of red jerseys around Johnson. They'll able to clear it back out. Alvarez turns. Lady Hurricanes will have a throw in. This is their push, best push of the night, but kicked away by CSU. One minute remaining in the match. 1 minute. Oh, a good chance here for something to develop for the Cougars. Inside, second goal of the evening. Unfortunately, that one gets past the defensive line, leaves Marone out to dry, and she guessed right, but a good snap on that kick. There was a lot of pace from Ouimet, for her second goal of the evening. How about that for the freshman from Sugar Hill? Columbus State goal scored by number 26, Brooke Ouimet. Final 30 seconds here to tick away. Well, 3 second-half goals by the Cougars put this one out of reach. They managed to break through, and it was the freshman Ouimet that 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that'll do it for tonight's women's match. We thank you for coming out to Hurricane Field to support the Lady Hurricanes and their final home match of the 2019 season. The Lady Hurricanes are on the road this Saturday at Lander in Greenwood, South Carolina to close out the 2019 season. We hope you have a chance to come back tonight. The men play at 7 o'clock in their senior night game against Flagler College. Peach Belt Conference action. It's their home finale as well, and it starts at 7. The senior day ceremony will take place just prior to kickoff. So make sure you come on back about 6:45 and take part and be here for our senior night ceremony for the men's match. But that'll do it for the ladies. We wish the ladies well this weekend and safe travels wherever you may be heading this evening. We hope you come back for the men's game, but otherwise get there safely. And again, thank you for your support of Georgia Southwestern State University women's soccer in 2019. We'll see you back here next fall for more Lady Canes action. So that'll do it for tonight's broadcast number 1. The visiting Cougars from Columbus State come out on top. 3 second-half goals, I mentioned. 2 of them scored by the freshman, her first 2 goals of her collegiate career, Brooke Ouimet. We'll give you a quick rundown of the stats here in just a moment before we go off the air, and then it'll be the men that'll come back up in about 45 minutes. 21-2. 21-2, the shot count in favor of the visiting Cougars. 9 shots on goal for CSU. The Lady Hurricanes did not get a shot on goal. Marone had to make 5 saves. The Cougars took 12 corner kicks. 12-0 was the corner kick count in favor of Columbus State. Offsides also skew towards CSU, 7-4. The foul count, GSW 9, Columbus State 4, and the 1 yellow card was issued to Allison Rugel of the Lady Hurricanes. Scoring plays, Columbus State opened things up. Took them until the 36th minute, but the Cougars did get on the board before the halftime break. The goal scored by Carly, where are we at there? Had it, and I lost it. Carly Canzaneri. Carly Canzaneri with the goal, the assist from Kimmy May, again in the 36th minute. At the break, it was 1-0, but 3 second-half goals from Columbus State opened this one up. The first came in just inside the start of the 55th minute. Goal by Brenna Harrison, the assist from Riley Clark. Columbus State again closed things out with 2 goals from Brooke Ouimet, the first coming at the midway through the 75th minute, and then another one here with 54 seconds on the clock to close things out. That last goal came off an assist from Rachel Swigert. So the Cougars get the win. They do so without getting any goals from their top 3 scorers, including number 2 in the Peach Belt, Riley Clark. Riley did get an assist in the match, but their top 3 goal scorers this season all will leave without one here in Americus tonight. They had to look to other players to score, and did to get the win. With the win again, Columbus State 12-6 overall, 7-4 in Peach Belt Conference play. GSW, as we mentioned earlier, and you see on the screen, 3-12-2 now for the Lady Hurricanes, and 9-1 in conference play. That'll do it for Women's Home Soccer 2019 season. Thanks for supporting us throughout the way. Again, if you don't subscribe to our channel, now is a great chance to do so. Click that GSW logo in the bottom right corner of your screen, and that way you'll be set up for the 2020 season. If you want to catch some more soccer, we'll be off the air for about 45 minutes, then we'll come back up for the men's senior night match against Flagler College. Again, thank you for all support. Thanks to our sponsors. Thank you to Zaxby's, Phoebe Sumter, Citizens Bank of Americus, as well as Synovus Bank. As they have supported us all season long and will continue to do so as we take our show inside. That'll do it for the 2019 home broadcast schedule for Georgia Southwestern State University women's soccer. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in 2020. You've been watching here on the Surge Sports Network.